Ladies, jelly beans, how are we doing? Today I'm going to be gifting you with a flat tour of our London flat. It's a 2-bed flat and we pay £1,517 a month. That's obviously split between two, so I think it's 758 each a month. I know it's weird to talk about money, but there we have it. We're moving out anyway. That's why I'm kind of here a bit disheveled, like my hair's wet. I've been waiting to do this video for over a year because obviously I took you guys on the hunt for the flat, which I'll leave down below if you're new around here. And I've always been meaning to do a proper flat tour, but you know what it's like. You think the weather's not so great, it's a bit gloomy, it's not super tidy, I haven't got the prints on the wall. I wanted it to be perfect, but because we're renting, there's only so much you can do in terms of decor. So I thought, let's give you a realistic representation of what the flat is actually like. So it's semi-tidy, don't get me wrong, because the landlord had to come this afternoon, so I obviously put away like washing and stuff, but hopefully it gives you a bit more of a realistic view of where I've been living for the past year or so. I hope this was entertaining, useful. It's not going to be super flash because I can't find my tripod. That's the problem with this flat. There's no bloody storage, so I can never find anything. But we move. Let's get cracking. I'll start with this room actually, since I'm here. Okay, so that is where I was just sat. This is the second bedroom from top to bottom. Wooden floors. Found this at a charity shop. I'll take you through from this side. So these are the doors. They open like that. Kind of funky. To the left, this is a wardrobe. This is actually my mum's. Side note, my mum, she's not a hoarder, because I know hoarding is actually a genuine devastating state of mind to be in, but she has a lot of things. She buys them secondhand, she loves vintage stuff, but a lot of the furniture you'll see, we've kind of borrowed from her. That's where this is from. She painted it herself. She loves to paint everything white. That's a towel that I didn't know what to do with earlier and I just kind of shoved it up there. But that's my sewing machine, and I think that's like a humidifier. That I got from a charity shop as well, a vintage store. So that was a spice rack. Never really got around to using it because we have one built in, which I'll show you in a second. This here is my pride and joy, my clothes rack. And I do remember, I think it was in my flat hunting video, I said I'd never understand any reason for anyone to have a clothes rack because they look so messy, or I'd never be able to keep it tidy. But honestly, once you go rack, no, I don't want to say that, but you know what I mean. Once you have a rack, you will appreciate how easy it is to see everything you own. And like, I've stopped buying as much even from charity shops because I can see what I own. I know how many white blouses I have. I know I don't need any more. It just helps me to see what I have. Anyway, you don't need an explanation around that, but that's that. Shoes at the bottom, as you do. This is a drumming stool, and this again was borrowed from my mum. And then it kind of looks out on, I really love this view. This is where I work from home. And I'm so proud of these plants. Honestly, this succulent, I haven't done anything to it, and yet it's absolutely loving life. I thought that succulents like to be inside, but I chucked them outside and they're super happy. So that's my little view there with the ivy coming over the wall. 3 drinks at all times, obviously. And this is a mirror, which, just wearing black socks, looks a bit strange, but this is a mirror again, liberated from my mum. I really love it, but it's not quite long enough to take outfit pictures in or to see your whole outfit, but it's a nice mirror. Definitely will keep it. But anyway, oh god, my knees. Let's go this way. So you walk down the hallway this way. This is a storage cupboard, which is, actually let me turn the light on, sorry, I'm a bit rusty. Okay, so this is quite a dark hallway, but I actually quite like how it's separated the 2 levels, even though it's all one flat, obviously all ground floor level. This was here already, and this is some fake flowers, which I just thought brightened up this little corner. Do you want to see inside here? It's like Monica's cupboard in here, especially because the landlord came earlier and I was like, shit, chuck everything in the cupboard. These are my Faith in Nature refills. So that's that in there, and then that's where we keep shoes. Up the stairs, that's the front door. This is a bag of beauty bank donations, which I need to take to the beauty bank. And then in here is the bedroom, which is pretty plain. I mean, you will have seen it when we moved in if you watched my flat hunting video, but it's pretty plain. It's all very white. It's okay. I just never really, let me put you down. I never really got round to putting things on the wall. I feel like if you're, this is a top tip, if you're moving in anywhere and you're renting, put things on the wall if you can as soon as you move in, or like the week you move in, because if you leave it longer than a couple of weeks, in my experience, you just won't get around to it. You just think, I'll do it next weekend. I'll do it next weekend. And that weekend never comes, and then you end up with blank walls everywhere, which is a bit boring, but hey ho. It's nice and peaceful though. It's a nice and peaceful room. The bedspread is also borrowed from my mum. These lamps here, that one and that one, I picked up in Salisbury at a charity shop. I think I showed that in a vlog. This vanity table I found on Facebook Marketplace, and I actually am not a fan of the dark wood. I don't know why. I need to turn that light off, sorry. I cannot leave lights on. Is anyone else like that? If there's a light on in another room and I'm not in the room, it really pisses me off. It really annoys me. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the dark wood I'm not a huge fan of. I don't know, I think it just, maybe it's because the room's so light. It just doesn't, it never really looked right. But I love the aged mirror, and I've sat here many times, done my makeup. Never really actually got round to getting a stool. Should have got a stool where I could tuck it underneath the vanity table, but yeah, probably gonna put this on Facebook Marketplace because that's where I got it, for somebody else to enjoy. And then there were some shelves inbuilt, chest of drawers borrowed from my mother, some books, my many books that I'm still yet to read. I'm like partway through all of these books, nearly finished this one, halfway through this one, halfway through this one, third of the way through this one, a few pages into this one, third of the way through this one, halfway through this one, halfway through this one. That's just for decoration. So many books, so many books. Over here is a crack in the wall. We were going to get a wardrobe, there's no point now because we're moving out, but it's just sort of I like to call this the pile. This is where like the pile of clothes go at the end of the day. Just chuck it on the pile. Washing basket, another basket, bedside table. And then through here, you can see it's actually really lovely. The windows do need a clean. There's building work going on, so it's super dusty everywhere. I'm not just a slob. Kind of peeks through into the garden, and that was the room I was just in showing you where I work from home, but you can see our hammocks over there. It's really lovely. I'm not gonna lie, it's a really sweet green place, and you get lots of nice wildlife and like squirrels and robins and stuff, so gonna miss this little view. Okay, I will show you the bathroom. It's probably quite boring, and there's no light in here. There's no natural light, so it's feels like a bit of a prison cell. And also the bloody fan. This is not the time or place, but the fan doesn't work properly, so we clean the shower, but there's still mold creeping in and out of the corners, so if you just ignore that, just ignore. Not really that much to say. This is mouthwash. This is an old pot with some dried flowers and fake flowers. This I got online. It's like a no drill shelving unit. If you're renting somewhere and you can't drill into the walls, that might be quite a good idea. Some products. This is the Faith in Nature conditioner and shampoo, my favourite. They're in obviously reusable containers, refillable containers. Bulldog, love a bit of Bulldog. And that's it really, not that interesting. Okay, so the living room is the next room along, and this room is a bit of a state. It's never properly finished. It always kind of feels a bit messy, but I'll just take you around. So these are the many prints that were supposed to go on the wall. I got so many prints and photos and frames to go on the wall, and I just never did it. I was partly scared that our landlord was going to get annoyed because, you know, you're not really supposed to put much on the walls, even with command strips, but that's another story for another time. A mirror, which we never actually got around to putting on the wall. Can you sense a theme? I don't know. And then this here, I'll try and get it out a little bit, but this was from my mum, and this was it's just a print, it's not the actual painting, but this was the first painting my parents had in their house, their first house, when they first bought a teeny tiny little house. I just love it. I think it's so sweet. It's that kind of impressionist style painting, so I love that, but I never made it up onto the wall. It was just always propped up against something. This is my Dyson Airwrap, which I've got recently and absolutely love, but cheeky purchase. Yeah, that I've wanted that. You know what, I'm going to talk about it in a different video, but I have wanted this for so long, and now it's here, and I love having it out on display. I'm so proud of it. That's that little corner, a guitar, Swiss cheese plant. The sofa was here already. In fact, let me just give you an overview of what it looks like. Like I say, the sofa was here already. Not the sexiest sofa in the world, but it's really comfy. I'd love to have like a nice cream sofa, but I'm sure I would never keep it tidy. and clean. I'd end up dropping bolognese on it or something. This is a little footstool thingy that I got from Brighton. I carried this all the way from Brighton on the tube here, which was a mean feat. I think that's also in a vlog as well. This drinks trolley over here I got on Facebook Marketplace from Kentish Town. And then this is the bay window, which I think is beautiful. I love the pattern on the ceiling, really lovely. When we first moved in, these curtains were brown and kind of gross, but they placed them for us, which was really, really sweet. And I got to pick, our landlord's really nice, and she said, you've got a nice eye for style, you pick the colour. So I did, I picked this cream, it's not velvet, I don't know what you'd call this, it's kind of like a thick but crushed material. And really, really good quality, and I feel like it won't show up marks too easily. Also, if you can see a bit of tape, that's insulation tape, because you obviously lose a lot of heat from this big window, so in winter it gets really cold in here. So yeah, that's what that is. But I just love being able to see the trees at the top. Most London houses, if you don't know, these kind of Georgian houses, they're terraced, so they go all the way along, and then often there's another set of houses opposite, whereas this place doesn't have that. So it's really lovely being able to see the trees. Sorry, I don't know how much detail you guys want, so I'm just telling you everything, and then maybe you can just skip along and if you get bored. This is a vintage rug, which was actually the other way around. Okay, am I a genius or am I a genius? Because it was the other way around like this, and for me, I don't mind it, but that colour red I think is a bit too intense, and I was looking for a secondhand rug kind of like this, but with more sort of pinky tones or blue tones, kind of like a cream based rug. And then I turned it over one night at 3 a.m. I was on my own in here just cleaning. I don't know why. Don't ask. And I flipped it over and I just thought, brainwave. This looks great. It gives a little subtle hint of colour and warmth, but it's not too rich and dark and makes the room look darker. It actually gives quite a lot of light to the room. So that's that. And then just some music-y bits. I love the shape of this guitar. I can't play guitar, but I think it looks really cool. And then this is the record player. Got some Harry's House on there. That's the BT box, hidden behind some flowers. Top trick, if you want your house to look a bit more aesthetic, just chuck some flowers in front of the ugly stuff. This is the telly, which we got secondhand from a family friend that was checking it out. And coffee table borrowed from my mum. And then this corner to my left, you can see we came back from holiday and haven't really sorted everything out. So I'll show it to you. I'll show you the corner. But I will also insert some clips of what this looks like when it's not an absolute state, because yeah, it's not the sexiest, is it? But hey ho. And up there, that's the top of the bathroom. You can see all the lampshades I got secondhand from charity shops. This unit was already here, but this green chair under here is one of my absolute favourites. It's again liberated from Lisa. But yeah, that's the living room. Okay, I'll take you through into the kitchen now. So the kitchen's at the back of the property, and this is definitely the ugliest part of the house. I don't love it, but I've come to kind of just accept it. I mean, my plan was to cover all of this in cream vinyl. I know there's some really cool vinyl companies out there, and I thought I would cover all of the wood because it's really cheap wood. It's almost like sticky. I don't know, it feels like it needs a good piece of upkeep, but I'm glad I didn't do that now, because it would have been a bit of a waste of monies. But just to give you an overview, try to keep it quite green. I love how you can see the ivy through this little window. It's really quite sweet. And I wasn't going to show you this part of, I don't know why, it's so vain, but I wasn't going to show you this part of the flat, but then I asked you guys what you thought, and you said, no, just show us, like, it's good to be real and not everything has to be aesthetic all the time, which is so true. So yeah, that's the overview of the kitchen. That's a shopping list, and then I'll show you my spice rack because I was so proud of this. I labelled everything. Cute. The garden's pretty small, but I mean for London it's perfectly fine. It's really beautiful in terms of wildlife. You get some really lovely like squirrels and birds, like I said. A hammock each. Actually, this hammock came first, which wasn't purchased by me, and then I got jealous, so I picked up this one over here, and I actually didn't realise that it was a double hammock, so it's actually pretty massive. There's so much material that it kind of goes all the way around you, and yeah, you can't see out of it, which is probably not what you want in a hammock. The table is rotten, it broke the other day, so ignore the broken table. And my orange plant.
Overall, I've had many good afternoons just lying in the hammock looking up at this tree here.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry it wasn't super high quality in terms of the filming, but I thought if I don't just do a chatty vlog now, I'm never going to get around to doing it. And yeah, I want to have this as like a memory to look back on this first flat. So yeah, hope you enjoyed and I hope you're doing well. If you want to see more from me, I post a lot on Instagram, so make sure you follow me there. And yeah, have a great day, take care of yourself, wash your hands, and I'll see you soon. Bye.